This episode of Rolled Up is brought to you by Grappler's Escape, rolling on the high seas. Show your roll. Be first, no less. And Defense Soap. Defend what you have built. I'm an avid traveler, co-founder of BudoVideos.com, jiu-jitsu black belt, and lifelong student of the martial arts, who strives to know more about the competitors and instructors who are revolutionizing the jiu-jitsu lifestyle. Join me in my journey as I travel, train, learn, and get rolled up. I find myself again in the sunny seaside town of San Diego. Home to some of the world's best BJJ practitioners, San Diego is also home to two of the most winningest athletes and brothers in BJJ, Saulo and Xande Ribeiro. Both are multiple-time world champions, as well as official members of the IBJJF Hall of Fame. After a brief warm-up, I'm thrown into the lion's den with a fun, grueling yet educational roll with the eldest of the two brothers, Saulo.
This is the power, not here. So if you do this, okay, you did my leg, but I'm still fighting you because this is my problem. That's the leverage that we got a bit. So if I got here, I don't even cross my hand. I'm just here because I just want to get an idea. It's the step we call warrior's walk. Now what do? You see? I just want to position myself to a place when you stretch, bang! Okay. Because one is the leg, the first, but the most important is the core. So once you do the warrior's walk, okay, stretch, boom, you're right there. So you go somebody here, boom, just that's it, okay. Nothing more, boom, because I didn't stretch it. Now warrior's walk, boom, oh shit. Exactly.
And you can't roll backwards.
No, I can't. And if I even try, as soon as you feel after the warrior's walk, if you start to feel me doing this hand go like a knife. Boom.
Is this the way you learned it originally?
No.
So why
I learned the old school way, like let's go here, but man, After all these battles, all this year, I have to deal with Xande's guard, I have to deal with all this Rafael, all these athletes, man. Impossible. You put the head and kind of just not happen. As much as now I get older, I watch even more. Say, man, how can I make this possible? And boom. And it's a drill that we do from the ginástica natural. We start here, we boom. It's the same movement. That's why more and more I understand the vision of Alvaro in the 70s, man. They start talking about this. Oh, it simulates like doing jiu-jitsu without a partner. It is. And the Warriors Walk proved this. In the body, you cannot drive nobody, but once you walk, it's done. People misinterpret, oh, you gotta tie the legs, you gotta... Okay, if you're strong enough, if you're young, if you're fresh, you can do it, but what about when the things start getting ugly? Legs, guys, start get heavy, you won't lay down. Make the legs heavy now. You see? You see? The whole body that goes through the walk, not through this. Just stretch another body. Yes.
Now, a common defense for the guy on the bottom is to control the sleeves.
What?
Does that change anything if they're controlling the sleeves?
Nothing. Because as soon as I step, look where I am. You see? I would say even if the hands loose, and then what you do, controlling the sleeves. Boom. It's a way quicker move than the other one. Another thing that I note on your game, you're a little bit confused when you get to here. Over and under. How do you defend over and under? Now, this is the old school way for that, because once you fought here, look, we create a tension now, right? Me with my foot, putting all the pressure, and okay, like I said, your mindset in the position is exactly like in the other position in the armbar defense. You are stopping, but you are not escaping. Right. In the end of the day, it's not, oh, I can't hold him here. No, I'm getting away of this bad situation, losing as less energy as I can. So I'm here, boom, you put the hand over there, and now let's battle, go. What happened? Why are you not able to? You see, you just block. Yeah. But what about the escape? Where did the escape take place?
Is hip escaping this way?
Huh?
Maybe hip escaping this way?
The thing is, if you hip escape the way, look.
Opens the door for you?
Yes. So, the mobility and the hip escape is prior to the hand. Also, but then the guy is gonna pass through right now. What's gonna happen? Choose the other side of it. You are here, go the leg, you know? Yeah. Boom. Look what's gonna happen. You see? As I'm going here, I'm not even touching. I go here, and this is not the foot in the floor. People think, oh, kick the floor. No, then the guy pass. It's just as it goes, I pinch. And then I modify the angle, and then the guy is totally uncomfortable. You cannot let the, oh, I'm feeling good. Oh man, I'm not feeling good. Lay down. Boom, bam, here. No. When you feel that your knee is passing here, pinch and yes.
When it passes your shoulder.
Yes, this, forget about it. You're gonna have to erase from your fingerprint. So I'm here, boom. Yeah, now you use. But this is what keep you tight. Yeah. It's not blocking the shoulder here. So what you want is totally make this with me. Then if I'm like this here, then
so much space between.
So much space and so much way for it to move. But the next level is we train. Boom, boom, boom. As soon as you feel this, yeah, you're ready. But not on my shoulder. Below my, yeah, that's it. And then you start to evolve, go boom, yeah, boom, whatever you want.
And it makes sense because the legs are stronger than the arms.
Way
Why not
stronger.
use them?
It's just to find the angle that you need. It's all in the angle. Sometimes the guy, oh, what do I do here? No, but are you in the angle that allowed you to do that? If not, you're gonna be muscling. Muscling. It's the same as old school lay down. We're just going over so much stuff because when I saw that you have a block, it's in your mindset, oh, I'm stopping. You don't want to stop. You want to get out of there.
Yeah.
The old school pass, like, hold the leg.
Right.
How you escape from this? Again, you see?
Yeah.
Again, you already putting the hand on me to push. As soon as the hand goes on me, boom, my hand goes, boom, 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 zoom. So,
If you stop the wrist from getting up here, then you stop them from cross-facing.
but then it's about little things. We don't want the little things. We want the foundation. If somebody lock my legs, if a guy like Leo lock my legs, 250, what do I do? Go for the position. The guy lock your legs, the knee has no power here. Here.
Hips.
Shift the knees to the floor. No matter which side he is, if he is this side, yeah, I'm not even thinking about skate. I'm just thinking about putting my knees on the ground because once you put the knees on the ground, there is no angle to run to any side. Lay down. Doesn't matter. I choose. Okay, I'm choosing this now. Boom, easy. You see? I don't have it. I'm here. Boom. I don't have it. And you don't even touch the guy.
Right.
You just make sure your knee goes to the ground.
That's awesome.
It's the simplicity of the movement.
And you're using the strongest part of your body.
Yes. The Jiu Jitsu is evolving so much. People are creating so many different new things. Why? Because the foundation is very poorly. So allows you to put a base here, to do this, to create this, to create this. For example, lay down. Let's study now the hot girl on the block. That is the beating ball in the game that comes from De La Riva. Why this kind of games happen? Because everybody get a solid leg in front. So if you know you're gonna deal with some kind of game like this, it's not the leg that steps solid, it's the hand. Now where it goes. Nobody that fights somebody with start with the hand, always start with the leg. So you're doing exactly what the guy wants to get in the game. So how do you defend the game? Don't get in the game. Make the strong part of your approach, not the leg, but the arm. Then we're gonna get like Clark. Oh, then we're gonna start to lasso. But then it's a different game. And then, okay, for the lasso, what we do? Oh, for the lasso, we walk against and we go to the side. So start to evolve. It's all how you start, how you initiate the approach. Sometimes with the hand, sometimes with the leg in front. A guy like Xande, I don't put the leg. You got more for the outside, more for the angles. It's all how you approach the technique, not how you create a solution. Oh, I have this solution. You're not. If you got over there, you're already behind.
Right.
You're already behind. You already let the guy drag you to the game he wants. So you're already losing. I believe that if you playing the guy's strength, you're already losing.
Right.
Don't let him get there, then you got some leverage. You brought the thing where you like. And that's how the magic people say, oh, this game is this game is this. And all the games are valuable. Because it comes from a mindset, comes for a creation, comes for a different biotype that adapt to anything. We don't say all the time that Jiu-Jitsu is for everybody, for adapt any kind of body, the fat, the tall, the same as the games. Maybe a small guy cannot play a game that a guy with long legs can play, so he gotta adapt. And everything is valid. This thing or criticize position, I don't like much, because I believe in creativity. And I believe that Jiu-Jitsu has way more to go to evolve and to get to to the next level, you know? It's like the TV. Now we got the HD, and now we get all the things, and that's what Jiu-Jitsu is going to become, you know?
How would you describe your game? Would you say you have a basic or a traditional game?
My game is I would not say basic because it's not basic. Is part of a process of a lot of hours spent in high intensity, high speed, competition oriented, but with solid and oriented academic foundation, because I had a great teacher. You know, I always had classes and also my teachers was a bunch of black belts that nobody ever heard, but they were great. They were guys that study the art of Jiu-Jitsu. He started the definition of leverage. And I just sucked it up. There's a guy named Paulo Barroso. For me, this guy is one of the greatest guys I ever trained with. He won the first world championship in '96 in light division with me when I gave the space for him. He's one of the students of Rickson. The guy's amazing. His foundation is unreal. That's when I realized, man, a guy with a foundation like that, you can go anywhere you want, play against anybody. You're just solid. You can adapt because you don't give margin for error. And that being said, you can adapt in any new trend because what you have is solid and there is no gaps. And somebody to find a gap is going to have to be faster than you, stronger than you, and be in better shape than you. So he's going to have to add way more tools to catch up to my solid foundation. Xande, for example, he's a submission specialist. Why? He learned how to work with minimal space, because that's my greatest contribution for his game. I'm not going to give you space. You're going to have to really develop timing, precise, and some things that we don't see them more. We see people losing so many positions in a fight. They say, man, you should not have to lose all this position to accomplish your goal.
So for a guy that wins a match 30-0, do you see that as an amazing passing game or a bad case of losing position?
No, if he wins 30-0, he's a guy that's probably way better than the other guy, because if you make tons of points, the other guy's defense cannot match your offense. But on the other hand, maybe the guy is so seduced by points that he didn't sharpen the submission skill, and the skills, the submission born in the instinct, in the personality, not in the drill. Drill without resistance and effort is meaningless. Submission is your mindset, is how you see the combat, is how you're gonna put pressure, and at any space he gives to you, you go for it. And you gotta set yourself free of worries, free of everything. Your jiu-jitsu gotta be free. And that's how I see the most of the jiu-jitsu play now today. Everybody saying, oh, these rules. It's not the rules, it's the mindset. It's what we stand for.
How do you teach a student to stop holding position so much and go for the kill more?
Depends which stage. When he start to train, the worst student that I see getting is the one that is already with the muscle memory and from different style. This guy, you're gonna have to raise his fingerprint to then put your personality and our game. But you just gotta define what he's in for. A white belt. What are you here in for? To gain flexibility, to increase your cardio, to lose weight, and to defend yourself. If the blue belt don't tap you, you won. And then you set yourself with a goal. Oh, you are a blue belt? Now let's see how you tap all the white belts. Now you got a tip on your shoulder. And then you kind of baby step him, so what he got accomplished. And that's what Jiu-Jitsu University did, the book. That's why is the book that everybody got a hand, because talking to you through the process of training. People sometimes give so much information, but without the concept, it's an empty box. Because we all know Jiu-Jitsu, you know Jiu-Jitsu, everybody knows Jiu-Jitsu. And now with the internet and all this, everybody has access to positions, to everything. What about the mindset? Why the guy is doing that? Why a little bit left and not a little bit right? What you got to accomplish here? What's the setup? That's the spice. That's the poison that make it interesting. And poison plus personality plus style, effectiveness. And then we go through the motion. And be here teaching, it's fun. You gotta be able to. One thing that I think about a lot of people that leave Brazil, they come here with a dream, but actually they don't put the work. You gotta be here every day. You gotta be living the lifestyle that you decide to live for real. Otherwise, everything you build is gonna be fake. It's just gonna be something to what? To make money, to this, to that. So you are not fulfill the whole identity of what's to be a martial arts. It's to serve, to come here and serve people and try to get better in yourself, because it's an endless journey. And we all here to get better. Now that I'm getting older, I kind of see even more that. I maybe don't have the same athleticism, but what I lack in athleticism, I gain in knowledge. I gain in not be so offensive. Reserve myself, make a couple traps and kind of see where it goes and then take my opportunities. Jiu-Jitsu always gonna give you opportunity to win. No matter if it's a little one, a big one, you always gonna have a chance. And that's the beauty of it. And that's what, doesn't matter who you are, you always gonna have a chance.
Hello guys, André Galvão here.
Hi Jiu-Jitsu lovers, Saulo Ribeiro here.
Hey everybody, this is Xande Ribeiro. What's going on guys? JT Torres here.
Hi, I'm Felicia O.
Hello everyone, guys and girls, I'm here to invite you all.
This gang of champions would like you to join them on their vacation. So pack your sunglasses, swimsuit, and of course your gi, board a cruise ship, and head to the Caribbean for 6 days of training, rolling, and more fun in the sun than you can handle. What could be better than training with 6 world champions aboard a beautiful cruise liner to the Caribbean? Hanging by the pool, exploring the islands, and partying with your friends, family, and some of the greatest jiu-jitsu legends of all time. Saulo Ribeiro, Xande Ribeiro, André Galvão, Felicia O, JT Torres, and Angelica Galvão.
We're gonna visit Jamaica. We're gonna also go to Caribbean.
All throughout the Caribbean.
Yeah, man, and we're gonna have a lot of fun.
Grappler's Escape gives you all this and so much more.
Two of the biggest teams in the world. Think they ready?
I hope you're ready because we are.
This is the jiu-jitsu vacation of a lifetime. So don't wait. Cabins are filling up fast. All belt levels are welcome. Email grapplersescape@gmail.com for info and to reserve your spot today.
August 2015.
Summertime. Who says it's not good to fight on a vacation?
So Saulo, you were born in Brazil, you train here now, and I just heard you make a comment, you said that this is the Mecca of Jiu-Jitsu, and a lot of people say that, but not all Brazilians say that, because there's still a lot of super talented guys in Brazil. What's your opinion on the matter?
My opinion is that we blend the perfect condition to evolve the art of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here in Southern California. We get the Brazilian style of the training, of the casca grossa, of the toughness, with the methodology that American allow us to have access and to be able to structure the way of teaching, the way of doing business, the way of behave yourself as a martial arts, as a teacher, as a businessman, as a competitor. I think that just polish our skills even more to be able to succeed in the first world. Brazil always gonna be Brazil. Always gonna, people that make the living with 700 reais a month, you gotta be able to improvise. You gotta be able to, find a way to make things happen. And it's in our DNA. But being here, where the climb, everything give us more comfortable to develop our best, and that's why I chose California. Nobody wants to go to Ohio and stay in the freeze, So Southern California is the first destination, and it's amazing.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu has the unique combination of Japanese qualities, Brazilian qualities, and now American. And I know you have a lot of respect for the roots, judo, and you have a judo class at your school as well. Do you see them as two separate arts or something that's combined?
No, I believe they both complete each other. I believe that is one of the biggest lack in the jiu-jitsu community, the stand-up portion. You gotta be a complete fighter. It's like you're going to a mixed martial arts fight and you don't have a stand-up. What are you gonna do? You're gonna be in trouble. And so nowadays, I believe that takedowns play a big part, not in competition, in the way they're gonna teach somebody. Because if somebody comes to our academy, you're not gonna tell them, okay, mount here on me, I'm gonna show you something. It's gonna seem awkward. You gotta start facing him front to front, stand up, how life is conducive in the street, So it's gonna add one more thing to the jiu-jitsu community. I don't believe that the grace is emphasized that much since Halls love stand-up, the Greco, compete, but since him, you don't see many graces that has this amazing stand-up game. So they lack of, but what they lack of, they make it up for the skills of self-defense, for how to polish and how to educate the students. So it's all give and take, and that's what I believe that Ribeiro Jiu-Jitsu brought to the scene. A very strong stand-up game, judo-oriented, because we don't have the stand-up of Jiu-Jitsu, head down, in the back, butt back. No, we have a traditional judo from Japan, because that's our roots, that's what we grow up seeing. And I'm always a big fan of judo, of the discipline, of the aspect, of the manners, and I think it's the perfect blend. Jiu-Jitsu is more like a samba and carnival, ha ha ha, and I believe that the judo brought the humble experience of what is being in a temple. You just come to the university, you see it, it's the vibe, it's the feeling of being someplace warm, that is a lot of segments that you gotta follow to be able to understand the place that you are. There's the wall, there's the people that start the whole thing, and I think it's the whole package, and I think that definitely Jiu-Jitsu and Judo is the perfect marriage.
There are not many Jiu-Jitsu students that are willing to step into a Judo dojo and do the hard training that Judo requires. Most of them just do their stand-up training in Jiu-Jitsu. But as you mentioned, the Jiu-Jitsu posture is usually hunched over, and that doesn't allow us to do so many of the Judo techniques. Do you think, as the desire to be a well-rounded grappler, we have to step out and train real Judo, or can we get what we need from Jiu-Jitsu stand-up?
I believe that everything, Judo, the only way to learn Judo is consistent. You're not gonna, I'm gonna train a couple takedowns. It has not to do with that. You gotta really put a white belt and follow some style of Judo. And so, for example, in our dojo, we hire a Judo specialist to teach at our place. So our students have access to the basic fundamental Judo. How we're gonna adapt to Jiu-Jitsu now is each individual personnel. Oh, I like the ankle pick, I like more hip throw, I like more this, like this, but your foundation, your core, that is to walk. I always say, Jiu-Jitsu guys has heavy feet because everybody steps so deep on the mat, and that's why they are easy target. And that's something that the Judo is gonna polish in the Judo way, Let's take the competitiveness side. That's gonna go just for the fundamental training of walk, of the kata, of how to hold the gi, of how to posture yourself. And I think it's a wonderful add for everything that Jiu-Jitsu already give to us, Can be as a warm-up, can be as a just recreation time, can be as a drill. You can fit in the Jiu-Jitsu class, but the ideal is not.
Now, there are some guys that when they want to improve their stand-up, instead of going to the rigid structure of Judo, they choose wrestling instead. It's more of American style.
Yeah.
What's your opinion of training stand-up via wrestling instead of Judo?
I believe that there are two different disciplines. Judo is more stay straight. Wrestling is more stay on your angle, choose setups. Judo is more grips. Wrestling is more grab, more holds. So, but both are incredible, you know. It's personal preference. My personal preference is judo because I also like to pass it over to kids. And to kids is easier to go with judo and some throws, and that's why it's part of our academic fundamental class, you know. They gotta know 8 takedowns. Is in our program. Till you get your first belt, blue belt, you gotta know 8 takedowns with the names, original names from judo, and that's part of the curriculum. It's academic process. So the smart guy is not gonna think, man, if I'm not tough, I'm not welcome here. No, you are, because you're smart. You can learn the techniques, you can drill, and you can achieve your goals. Doesn't matter how many heads you have to cut it off. You just have to know what is in it.
When you think back on your career in Jiu-Jitsu when you were a student, what was the single most important lesson that you learned?
Regards.
Anything that you remember the most as like a turning point?
A turning point for me was you're not as good as you think you are. I think that sometimes we search so much for the secret position, we search so much for the win, we search so much to feel confident about ourselves that we are not thinking about getting better. Because the whole thing about jiu-jitsu, get better. And we're looking for little victory to satisfy our ego and say, oh, I'm better, I'm doing this. But it's inside yourself. It's something that I was very fortunate to have, since the beginning in Manaus, I have great teachers during my whole career. And my teachers were most of my training partners, were the guys that really polished my game in action. Because I'm a big believer, it's not what you know, it's what you can apply. I'm a big believer of that. And so for me to pay attention to something, you gotta show me the effectiveness of what you're saying. And I believe that come back to Bruce Lee, because that's a famous quote of him, you know. And I believe that he was way ahead of the time, and it's proved nowadays. We gotta be able to apply. It's not like we are doing kata, you know. Jiu-Jitsu is way deeper than that, and go in the center of who you are, you know.
You know, I meet a lot of super talented instructors in my line of work, and one thing that impresses me the most is their amount of passion. You know, they're not just doing this for the paycheck. They really have the passion for jiu-jitsu, and the learning never stops. What is something that you are still learning or working on these days?
We're always gonna be working in something. For example, today is my passion to teach the white belts. I was built and raised in such a high level of competition, of grind, of toughness, that I never had the opportunity to look back and say, hey, wait a minute, what about the 95% that are not here for this? How do we treat them? How we communicate to them? How we make them express themselves? How we take the fears? How we encourage them? How we fix them without having to put them down? That's the kind of things that I'm really fascinated of, the methodology of how much we have, how you touch a person that is so afraid of you, how we impose your knowledge without having to demand. I think that this is the next level of my journey in Jiu-Jitsu. I don't believe in positions, I believe in concept. And every day that I step on the mat, that I'm able to make a white belt smile, and breathe and satisfaction, I'm very happy. That's my priority, and I still keep the grind. I still love to fight, I love to compete. We have this project with Xande, Back to the Jungle. It's a phenomenal athlete that I love to get involved in any project with him, and I think that you can use Jiu-Jitsu in all levels. We have programs with the SEALs, we have programs with law enforcement. It's just how you wanna use the same knowledge but in different fields, because I believe every single person in the world needs a little bit of jiu-jitsu. So we're never gonna be out of job.